What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, that's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Tonight we have a big situation unfolding in parts of Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. We already have a confirmed tornado on the ground in parts of northeastern Oklahoma, and we have a few other things going on as well. We're going to go ahead and dive right into that real quickly, as well as talk about the threat for tomorrow a little bit later as the time warrants it. But starting off, we have a couple of callers in already. We have LTW, say hello to the stream.
Hello.
And we have Brendan. Brendan, say hello as well. Oh, we couldn't hear you, Brendan. Could you speak up?
Said, how's it going?
Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, so that's taken care of. We're going to go ahead and dive right into this. John will be joining us shortly. So I have radar scope pulled up. What's up?
Pat, I just wanted to let you know, briefly, we had twins on the ground.
Okay.
Down in Oklahoma.
Yeah, so this is the Oklahoma cell that's been observed. All right.
It's now radar indicated. They both lifted.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was observed earlier. Now it is radar indicated at this current time. So that's what we are dealing with right here. This is the first tornado warning. We're going to go ahead and go over for you right here. Tornado warning remains in effect until 8:45 Central Daylight Time for northeastern Osage County. A confirmed tornado was located. Now this has lifted according to spotters on the ground. There's also golf ball sized hail in association with this. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. Take cover now. If you're in any of these tornado warnings, if you're in this tornado warning in Kansas or in these two in Missouri, as well as this one down Texas, seek shelter immediately. This is an environment where a tornado could drop pretty quickly and cause a significant amount of damage. So you're going to want to keep an eye on that and take shelter and take this very, very seriously. So let's go ahead and shift over to the Parsons cell near Independence, Kansas. We have an observed tornado on the ground right now, as a matter of fact, damaging tornado and 2-inch hail. Spotters confirmed several brief tornadoes were spotted between Parsons Tri-City Airport and Mid-Valley, moving east at 10 miles per hour. That is quite interesting for sure. Take cover now. Seek shelter immediately. I actually want to check the velocity in just a second, but I want to read these out very quickly. We are also seeing the theme of baseball-sized hail, or at least 2-inch hail, with a lot of these supercells as well. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado for Hickory, Cedar, Polk, and St. Clair counties in west central Missouri. Tornado and baseball-sized hail, radar indicated rotation. Now we have this one down a little bit further to the south near Morrisville. The radar indicated 2-inch hail right here. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Take cover now. Seek shelter immediately. Last thing we will go over before I flip it over to LTW and Brendan is this tornado warning from the supercell east of Wichita Falls in Texas. Tornado warning remains in effect right here. We are looking at a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado and baseball-sized hail. So the main theme with a lot of these supercells is they are producing very large hail tonight. It's a very discrete mode. It looks like that's going on, not particularly too widespread as of now, but at least in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas right now, it is a discrete setup for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to LTW and Brendan. And speaking of which, we have John in the call right now. John, first of all, how are you?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing all right. We have an interesting situation going on tonight. We're also going to be talking about the risk for tomorrow because that's going to be in relation to tonight. But LTW, Brendan, and John, you guys go ahead and take over for right now. What are your overall thoughts, and what are the main things we should be paying attention to?
I think we should be, of course, paying attention to the skies, watching the weather. Over here, and of course tornadoes. It is let me go to tornado category.
Yep.
It is a SIG 1 5% risk over Kansas, parts of Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma.
Yep.
So that's a thing that we gotta watch, as well as wind with a 30% chance, like a 30% wind risk, and a 30% sig hail risk. So it's mainly hail driven. So also watch for hail.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't be outside during hailstorms. That should be kind of obvious.
Yeah.
um, seek shelter if necessary, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, Brendan, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I think well said thus far. I think you did a really great job at encapsulating the two supercells that are really discrete along the dry line, currently positioned across central Oklahoma and central Kansas.
Yep.
It's really, in terms of the threat tonight and what people can expect, especially for folks that are downstream of these storms in places like Joplin, Jefferson City, Springfield, Missouri. By the time we get to later on this evening, I do anticipate that these storms eventually will converge into more of a cluster, or what we call a QLCS, a quasi-linear convective system. And what that should allow is for this to become still a tornado threat, but also a damaging wind threat, and hopefully reduce the severity of any spin-ups that were to come from that line as we get later on into the evening. But right now, so long as these storms remain discrete, Pat, I think you said it pretty well. This is an environment conducive for long track tornadoes. We've already seen at the top of the stream two twin tornadoes on the Oklahoma cell that were briefly touched down that had lifted. But this environment is supportive of tornadoes that can last for longer distances or farther distances over a longer period of time. So, in the immediate sort of downstream for those towns, I know we talked about Independence, but some other towns just downstream of these supercells, primarily rural areas of southeastern Kansas, far south central, we'll call it southwestern Missouri. You want to be paying close attention to these storms because so far they haven't gotten to a point where they've grown upscale, meaning they've become more of a line. Instead, as you see on the radar here, they're pretty separate from one another and taking full advantage of any inflow coming in from the moisture, and then also still riding along that dry line. Those components, along with your relative frontal boundaries, the warm and the cold front, that is a lot of forcing that these storms are taking advantage of. And so long as they stay within a pretty far distance from one another, and take advantage of the environment, we could be seeing the potential for long track tornadoes over the next couple of hours for areas downstream of these storms.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone in chat was mentioning the cell north of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Definitely, it's severe warned as of right now. 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail. Tornado possible tag on this as well. Could definitely tap into that environment as it moves further towards the east, as it moves potentially towards parts of the Tulsa metro area as well. John, you haven't really said too much just yet. What's your take on so far for tonight?
Honestly, I think everyone else has covered most of what I was gonna say. All what I wanted to add is, as we get later into the night, people are gonna start going to bed and all that. People are gonna be asleep. Have a
Mhm.
way to receive weather warnings tonight if you are in the threat of severe weather. If you have a NOAA weather radio, have those alerts on your phone enabled were to be issued for your area tonight if you're in the threat of severe weather.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like just out of curiosity, looks like we have a severe thunderstorm warning for down over here in Colorado. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds by itself. Main show is hundreds of miles to the east. I just wanted to highlight that very, very quickly. It's the latest that we got. We're looking at an interesting situation right here. Actually, yeah, let me go ahead and pull this up. LTW, you have your stream pulled up right now on Discord. I want you to go ahead and go towards central Missouri. You're starting to notice this convective outline where there's some severe thunderstorm warnings right there as this system moves
There's
further to
also
the
two
east.
tornado warnings.
Yeah, it looks like it's for 60-mile-per-hour winds and varying sizes of hail. That's definitely something you're going to want to pay attention to as well on top of the discrete cells tonight. How long will that last? We're not 100% sure. But as we get later into the night, we're definitely going to see a situation, where a lot of this convection is going to be moving into tomorrow's risk, which we will cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, but the main threat for tonight is the discrete supercells. Discrete supercells like this, if they stay isolated for a long enough period of time, we've already started to see some of the results from that with the tornado risk so far. Checking on what's going on down in the Red River area, Texas, Oklahoma, looks like we still have a radar indicated tornado warning that is in effect for the next minute or so, probably going to expire, as they did issue a severe thunderstorm warning to the east. So even as that tornado warning does start to expire, you still are looking at least 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds with that supercell, so the threat is not over from there. I know everybody tends to talk about the big tornado threat. I know that's when the big TV stations tend to go live when there's tornado warnings, but that doesn't mean that hail and damaging wind isn't potentially destructive either. Yet you have to pay attention to some of these threats as well. But that's the main thing we're looking at for right now. LTW, is there anything that you're seeing that we want to pull up very, very quickly?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just think for that. Oh, by the way, they discontinued the this tornado warning right here. For that particular storm, I say just still keep an eye on it,
Yeah.
just in case if it ramps up again, because these storms can act in unpredictable ways.
Right. They definitely
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely can, and especially with an environment that we have tonight. So,
Yeah.
yep. So yeah, that's what we're. Yes.
Also,
Mhm.
actually, I would like to point out something. There's a lot of hail. I'm seeing a lot of hail on the observe. Oh, wait, that's not the observe. This is the observe. I'm seeing a lot of hail on here. That's a big hail core.
Yeah, let me go ahead and switch. Let me go ahead and switch over real quickly. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely noticing that too, for sure. What's the DBZ on that? That's got to be at least 60. That's got to be at least 60. Let me pull it up real quickly. Yeah, that is
Yeah, at least
67
60.
DBZ right there. Found that's quite the thing.
Sorry, go on.
Yep, that's quite the situation. Go ahead, LTW.
Yeah. I'm also seeing on here, by the way, if you're curious, I'm using WeatherWise.
Nice.
Um uh this is 69 DBZ is 1 pixel, but still that outlines a lot of stuff showing that the storm is pretty good. Also, we have a severe thunderstorm warning.
All right.
Uh 1.25-inch hail, rare indicated, wind 60 miles an hour, rare indicated, expires in 43 minutes.
Yep. I'm curious with that placement as well. I'm switching over to radar scope real quickly. I'm curious with that placement, especially with it so close to the tornado warned cell, how those two are going to interact. What's the latest frames on that? Yeah, it looks like there's a potential that these two could potentially merge. What are your
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think there could be some forcing
Yeah.
with it, either a merge or a forcing of a hook,
Yeah. Definitely
like
would.
we saw
Yeah.
with like we saw with North Dakota and on the 20th, like how there were, I think the southern tornado forced the northern part to spin.
Yeah. So that's for sure. There's also even more convection firing behind this. So if you're storm chasing first of all, be very careful. But second of all, you're in for a really good setup for tonight. But yeah, John, merging supercells, not particularly a fantastic sign. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely something to keep an eye on because we've seen that happen in the past where supercells would merge and then all of a sudden they go boom just like that.
Yep.
So definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yep. We will definitely pay attention to that for the next 30 or so minutes right here. In the meantime, we have four tornado warnings across much of the region right now in parts of Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, going through it right here. In terms of our tornado warning right here, this one for this one for Hickory, Cedar, Polk, and St. Clair County warned for baseball-sized hail as well. So you're going to want to pay attention to that. That continues for another 25 minutes. Taking a quick look at the DBZ on this, we're looking at over 60 in that hail core. Want to check the velocity on this as well. Yeah, there's definitely that couplet right there. Not particularly the tightest as of right now, but it's definitely something you're going to want to watch. What are we looking at? We're looking at 28 to like 20 to 30. So not particularly that strong, not particularly that tight, but still noteworthy enough for the tornado warning on top of the baseball-sized hail in this system. Now for this tornado warning near Morrisville, radar indicated kind of that hook shape right there that we are also accustomed to with supercells producing tornadoes, 2-inch hail with that as well. Looking at the DBZ on that, we're looking at over 70 for just northwest of Morrisville. So this is a pretty significant hail core going on as well. Taking a quick look at velocity, what are we looking at right here? You definitely see that couplet. It's a little difficult to find right here, but at least for right here, you could definitely potentially cross-reference this. Let's the cross-reference. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Perfect right here. Cross-reference, what are we looking at? About 30 to 38. So definitely a stronger couplet, a little bit tighter around as well, but this needs to get probably a little more organized as of right now. So that's that one going forward, on top of the two other severe thunderstorm warnings for areas southwest of Jefferson City and in the areas south of this line that's firing. And it looks like we just got an extended for the tornado warning for this cell that we just mentioned as well, guys. We're looking at a golf ball-sized hail warned with this as well. Radar indicated threat at this current point. Oh, and we do have weather spotters have confirmed a reported funnel cloud with this cell, so you're going to want to take shelter immediately if you're tuned in from Morrisville, Pleasant Hope, or halfway. You're going to want to take this super seriously if you're in this warned area. LTW, do we have any confirmation of anything potentially touching down yet? I know you've been keeping an eye on it.
I'm gonna look at some storm chasers on this cell right here. There's a lot of storm chasers that I could look at.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, that
CG was incredible.
Okay, that's for
is that wall cloud?
Back there.
That's Brandon.
This is Brandon Kopic.
That's Brandon Kopic's stream right there. I'll go ahead and highlight that cell in Oklahoma right there. Oh, it's definitely becoming a little bit more pronounced for sure. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to show. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show a little bit of it. I don't want to show too much because of copyright, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Post,
yeah,
please,
let's go ahead and go to
big time
this right here. Oh, did you just close it off?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I didn't want to.
Yeah, don't worry.
Copyrighted.
Yep, don't worry. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so someone in chat's talking about the latest HRRR. You have to look at it for tomorrow. There's a huge uptrend. We will get to that in a little bit. We are just covering the latest updates for sure. Yeah, John. John? When do you think we should start talking about tomorrow? Because I know that's also a bit of a concern for tonight.
I guess whenever I'm thinking maybe around 9 o'clock, I would say.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking around 8:30. Let me check to see how much of the her has come. Okay, we're actually within range. We're actually within range.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, let's do it at 8:30, and then we'll go ahead.
8:30. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and pivot.
I'm gonna stop screen sharing, by the way.
What's up?
I'm gonna stop screen
That's
sharing, by
fine.
the way.
That's fine. Once I get I'll start in a little bit once we get the latest models in, because this is going to be a bit of a hybrid stream tonight, because we do have
Mhm.
the threat that's going on right now. We do have a few tornado warnings we're obviously going to pay attention to. It's a discrete setup. We're watching it for sure, but we're also paying attention to tomorrow's threat, because how tonight's threat will go will end up indicating how strong of a threat tomorrow will be, especially for areas in the Mississippi River Valley like St. Louis, in eastern Missouri, much of Illinois, parts of Kentucky, and Tennessee and Arkansas. There is an enhanced risk issued for that day as well. We'll have to look at the models in just a little bit to see if that might be upcoming for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely keep a very close eye on this. So, all right, that's what we're dealing with right here. More pronounced supercell over here. We have this cell in Parsons. Just out of curiosity, I want to look at the velocity of this real quickly. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a pretty tight couplet, especially in that supercell. 52 to 50, yeah, that's pretty interesting, and that is definitely the tightest we have seen on stream tonight. So if any of these storms fire a tornado, this will be the one that does it again. So definitely want to pay attention to it. Remember, if you're in a tornado warning tonight, seek shelter immediately, and we will continue to keep you updated on that as more data comes on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. Yeah, tomorrow continues to look worse by the hour. Definitely a tornado risk. Yeah, we're going to be covering. Give us a few extra more minutes just to do our rounds with these hazards right here and these warnings, and then we will get to tomorrow's strike, because I know there's a few people that are antsy about it in the stream. So we'll go ahead and get to that in about 4-ish minutes. But I just want to double check just to make sure things are going okay, things are running smoothly, and things continue to not necessarily escalate too much before we pivot towards that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, based on what we were seeing on Friday night and last night, guys, how do you feel How do you feel this event is performing based on the modeled expectations?
I'd say it's as expected
All right.
as of right now,
Fair enough.
in my opinion.
I could agree.
All right. So kind of on schedule. So the question is, what is the uptrend doing for tomorrow? That's my main question. So
I just gotta know where the uptrend is, what people mean by that, but we can look at that when the time comes.
Yep, in about 3 minutes now. We'll do one last round with the warnings, and then we'll shift over, because I know there's some people in the stream that are interested. So here's what we got. We have a severe thunderstorm warning on the southern end of this squall-ish line, or convective line, that's around central Missouri, for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. But now half-dollar-sized hail is warned for this warning right here, for this somewhat semi-discrete situation in parts of Osage Beach and Camdenton in Missouri, with the cell near Max Creek. We have a tornado warning in effect with golf ball-sized hail just to the west of that, kind of taking advantage of the conditions it has before it moves into worse conditions overall. Moving at 25 miles per hour, tornado and baseball-sized hail. And then you have another tornado warning with golf ball-sized hail, with a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Seek shelter immediately if you're in any of these warnings. Cannot stress that high enough. You also are watching this tornado warning as well in parts of southeastern Kansas, You have 2-inch hail that with an radar indicated. Oh, never mind. The tornado warning for northeastern Montgomery County has been canceled. The tornadic threat, which has prompted the warning, has moved out of the warning area. Therefore, that part has been canceled. So it's out of the Independence area. Still ongoing for Parsons, Adamant, Montana, and Labette. So, and Oswego as well. That we can't forget about them. Tornado and 2-inch hail are the main threats for tonight. And then this last cell, which has really been a beauty. It's been the main event both for storm chasers and for our stream tonight. Radar indicated threat with 1.5-inch hail, ping pong ball sized hail, radar indicated rotation. The tightest radar indicated rotation we have seen all night tonight is with this one. And look at that hook shape right here. This is your classic supercell look right here that you look for if you are paying attention, if you are on the TV, if you are watching this coverage right here. It's even starting to cycle a little bit as well. So that's
Hey, Pat.
Hold on, who's there? Hey, Weather Kingdom, what's up?
Nothing much. I don't know if you saw my message on Discord, but whenever you can, check it out.
Yeah. Let me see. Did you send it in DMs or did you send it in the Storm?
Just in DMs.
Let me see.
I see we got some nasty supercells. I just got out of work.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I haven't. Go ahead and resend what you were going to send me. I haven't seen anything from you, but yeah, we have a few supercells going on right here. The one over here in Oklahoma, I'll go ahead and share my stream with everybody. Right here has been the main kicker with this. I want to check that velocity very, very quickly. They're still relatively tight right here. What are we looking at? 53 miles per hour to about I'd say like 23, with some as high as 50 a little bit further out in the cell. So definitely you're seeing that couplet still relatively tight, and that supercell overall relatively strong as well. It looks like we are seeing a little bit of a splitting situation as well.
I text you.
All right. Whenever.
Yep,
All right.
no
Hopefully
worries.
I get that soon. I haven't seen anything yet. But yeah, that's the main thing we're looking at. Yeah, it looks like that cell's starting to split off a little bit, so we're going to want to pay attention and see how that goes down the line. But I know a lot of people have been interested on what we might be seeing for tomorrow's threat as well, so we're going to be monitoring tonight's threat as that continues to go on. We have 4 tornado warned storms on it right now. 5 tornado warnings technically, as the storm is moving out of that one area right there. Looks like we got another tornado warning for that as well. Looks like, yeah, they just issued that one for, what is this, ping pong ball sized hail. So they've reduced the hail threat on that one for sure. So, all right. We'll continue to keep an eye on it. We'll continue to keep you updated. But for now, we're going to go ahead and pivot real quickly. Okay, Weather Kingdom, I see your DMs right here.
Yeah, not right now. I just got out, but in the next 30 minutes or so, I can definitely get it all set.
Yeah, for sure.
Or whatever.
Okay.
No rush.
Let's see. We'll talk. I'll talk about that we'll talk about that in a second. But I want to go ahead.
Yeah, no rush.
I want to go ahead and pivot towards tomorrow's threat, because that's been kind of a highlight that's been kind of a thing Stream's been wanting to do. So we're gonna go ahead and shift over there for now. But here's what we got going on right here. Let's go ahead and move this. Okay, let me see that. Let's go ahead and move this over real quickly. All right. There we go. So, yeah, not as janky as a setup right here. This is what we got. This is the 0Z HER that is trickling in. We're going to go ahead and start by taking a quick gander at that. Just out of curiosity, though, I do want to see. Yeah, it looks like it's initializing pretty decently for right now. But let's see how this goes. Let me go ahead and share my. Let's go ahead and change the stream very quickly so everybody here can see that. But yeah, you guys ready to see what kind of madness the HRRR brings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's do this. So this is the threat for tomorrow right here for those just joining in on the stream. It looks like for overnight, it mainly kind of it takes its time, moves through parts of the Mississippi River Valley, mainly staying north of St. Louis until the morning, where we see some morning convection moving through parts of that region as right there. But then it looks like, according to around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it looks like some cells do start to fire off on that second line. We start seeing weak to moderate cells that are relatively discrete across parts of the region right here that really start to go off. And by the time we get to 5 p.m., we have another line of cells. So it looks like it's actually a semi-discrete setup right here for much of the Mississippi River Valley that quickly starts to merge into a semi-discrete to squally setup for parts of the northern half. The southern half remains at least somewhat semi-discrete right here according to the reflectivity, and then it merges into a squall line as it moves towards Kentucky, Tennessee, and all those areas. But definitely a different look compared to what we've seen yesterday. Looking at yesterday, definitely saw cells firing off a lot later, definitely more of a squall setup, and it looks like it was further to the south. Looking at the 12Z, definitely more of a squall setup, although you could argue it's somewhat semi-discrete, but does weaken pretty quickly. Even going to the 18Z HER, taking a quick gander at that, cells do start firing, quickly become squally. 0Z changes the game a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, as we are starting to see a semi-discrete setup for a lot of areas in the Mississippi River Valley and in the Great Plains. So overall, based on the early indications, guys, what are your thoughts?
Oh, just wow.
Yeah, bit of a different change. John, what's your
One
take?
thing I did notice is that the instability gradient falls along St. Louis south
Yeah,
because basically the morning convection is going to pretty much just wash out that
yeah,
all the instability, I should say.
yeah, for sure.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, it looks
Look
like
at
it does initially. I'm seeing that gradient by around 10 o'clock in the morning, but as time goes on, as we get to about 1 o'clock, it looks like that gradient becomes a lot less, and the cape becomes more widespread, it seems, according to the HER. And by the time we get to 4 p.m., that gradient kind of more so flips on the eastern side of things, and this is when cells start firing off over here in parts of Missouri. So that's definitely a new take
interesting.
on it.
Ah, the
So,
instability's up north again.
yeah. So that's what we
Interesting.
have for our surface-based cape, and what do we got even still? 4,500 joules per kilogram of cape forecasted by the HER. So that is quite the situation. What's our most unstable cape? It's actually pretty close to the surface-based as well. So definitely puts a new spin on it. What's our supercell composite? Okay, that's not fantastic. Up to 19. Up to looks like up to 30 in an isolated area just outside of the city of St. Louis, John.
Fun.
Yeah. That's not good.
We're cooked.
You seeing this?
Yeah.
That's not good. What's our sig tor parameter? Okay, that. That really escalated.
Thank good.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna check pivotal weather to see. I'm gonna check pivotal, and I can just never mind. I can just use this. refresh the page.
This looks real messy, though. I mean,
Mhm.
still, we could see, quite a bit of severe weather with this, but it kind of looks a little messy in my opinion, especially like when we get in the morning hours into the afternoon hours and even in the evening.
Mhm. Yeah, it looks like
That's interesting.
yeah, it looks like the morning convection fades a little bit. Yeah, it looks like
Let's
morning
look at
convection moves
cloud
through.
cover.
Yeah, I want to check. Let's check cloud cover. I'm interested here.
That's interesting. It looks like it does try and clear up maybe a little bit.
Remains relatively overcast until about 2200 Z. It's just gonna
About 5 p.m.
yeah. Let's see, what was the 12Z looking like? Yeah, cloud cover is definitely gonna be something for sure. Okay, it looks
I think one big thing that we need to keep an eye on
mm-hmm.
is definitely the instability on mesoanalysis after the morning convection
Yeah.
passes,
Yep.
and see how much the instability can recover.
Exactly. Yeah, I think if we see a situation where there is less cloud cover tomorrow than anticipated, we're gonna see some
Think gonna be good.
yeah, we're gonna see some action. So that's definitely
Particularly St. Louis to the south.
yeah, St. Louis to
Kind
the
of what
south is kind of in that borderline case. So we get the rain tonight in the overnight hours down there, and then we pretty much see it start to fade, then ramp up again. But it looks like it starts to move out of the area. If we see a situation where this moves out of the area by say even noon, you could see a pretty decent environment for this. So, yeah.
one big thing that we also need to keep an eye on is the flooding,
Oh, absolutely.
because we
course,
could
yeah.
definitely see some of these thunderstorms training over the same area. I mean, based on the HRRR model, we basically have storms training over pretty much I-70. I mean, will that happen? Well, we don't know yet, but
Yeah.
if this model were to, play out tomorrow, I mean, we could be looking at a big time hail threat, or not hail threat, a flooding threat.
Yeah, I'm
Hail
thinking.
threat's going to be a big concern as well, especially south of St. Louis as well.
Yep. Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like I'd say flooding threats the concern for tonight. And then if it
Yeah.
clears out, severe weather right behind it is not going to make things fantastic. Because at
Yeah.
that point, you can't go into your basement because you're dealing with flooding. And then after that, you're dealing with large hail or potentially damaging winds or tornadoes on top of that. So you're dealing with a hybrid situation where it's just not a pretty setup. It's not your classic, we're going to be mostly quiet in the night before and then it ramps up in the afternoon. It's going to be raining all night, bringing potential flooding conditions. Out of curiosity, I want to see what the precip. Oh, you're going to want to take a look at this. By 3 in the afternoon, we're looking at least in this swath right here, we're looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain from throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow.
I would not be surprised if the Weather Prediction Center rolls out or issues a moderate risk of flash flooding,
Neither would
at
I.
least in that general area, or even higher than that.
Yeah,
That is a
nearly.
lot of rainfall for overnight, and we even have the severe stuff behind that. So I mean, that could turn into a real big issue real quick.
Absolutely. Let's see. Absolutely. So that's your precip. I'm gonna go on to pivotal and check. I want to see what the sounding on there can look like for sure. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna go to 20Z, and I want to see what the environment looks like around the St. Louis area. Okay, then. Yeah, that was not what I was expecting. Let's see. So we're looking at SRH over 300, which for those of you who do not know, that is pretty that's somewhat extreme. Temperatures at 74, dew points at 68. Parcel gets saturated pretty quickly at that LCL, so these are potentially going to be scraping the surface right here. Your wind shear at 1 kilometer is 31 knots. At 6 kilometers, it's 58, and you have good direction with this. Your Cape values are around 2600. But it's a situation where we could see the shear make up for lost ground. That's how favorable this environment is, according to this run.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely not fantastic. Hodograph is going all over, too. So
It's a little messy
yeah,
on the photograph, but still, that's still sufficient enough for tornado development.
absolutely. Absolutely is. And that's just not a good sign right there. It explains why the HER is uptrending, because it's definitely supporting a stronger shear driven situation. So that answers that question. What's the, just out of curiosity, I want to see what the, okay, I want to see what temperature, precip, and all that temperature. Just want to go to basics. Temperature, dew point. Well, we kind of already went over that. Okay. Interesting. There is a very tight gradient here. Okay, that's a little too for a bit. There's a very tight gradient. There's a what is this? A 12-degree difference in the span of about 30 miles, depending on what convection you get. If you get no convection, or if you get all this copious amount of rain. Yeah, there's a very tight gradient with this. Your theta E, it exacerbates that even more. You go from pretty good theta E, which is your max theoretical temperature, to kind of on that borderline case right there. You have a drop of about 30 degrees in the span of about 100 miles. So that is not ideal in the slightest. Relative humidity, that's a bit misleading. Dew point temperature. Their moisture is not out of the question. It's going to be very moist, regardless of what happens. So
That's what? That's 18Z or 0Z?
Oh, that's 18. That's 18Z. What the hell? I need to
Look
look at
at
0Z.
0Z.
Okay. All right. Okay, this looks a lot. Okay, I was going to say the 18Z looked off. That one looked off. The 0Z looks, yeah, it looks a little more polished. But regardless, temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 70s tomorrow. Might just be enough. What's the dew point temp? Oh, yeah, say hello to moisture.
Holy moisture.
Yep. Absolutely. Just subscribe. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. We really do appreciate that for sure. But yeah, that's absolutely, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, that's, man, definitely the situation of the evening. Uptre- uh, Uptrend from the her. So that's the first thing. What are the other models going for? Right. Okay, question. Do you think a moderate or high risk is possible tomorrow? I'd say moderate's possible. High is most likely off the table unless something very explosive happens. But yeah, I think a moderate is definitely still in the cards for tomorrow. I still need to check the rest of the 0Z data that's in before I jump to conclusions, but I think a high is not high. I think a high is pretty much, you can write it off for right now, but a moderate is definitely possible. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree. A moderate is possible.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all right. So here's the, but yeah, here's the wrap. Let's see. Okay, the 0Z is coming out. Oh, the 0Z is out. Let's take a quick look at this. Surface-based cape. Compare the 21Z. Okay. Okay. Doing that. Definitely a slight decrease in cape. Cape. Let's see. Okay, there's definitely a slight increase later on with cape for the wrap. Supercell composite. Definitely still pretty decent. Still pretty decent. Definitely increases quite a bit as you go up there. What was it at 21? What's it, the 21Z data going for? Okay, definitely more widespread for sure. Let's see. Okay, so it definitely retracted a little bit to the south. What's the SIG-TOR parameter? Okay, are we gonna talk about this
Oh,
big blue dot right here?
Yeah, we could talk about that. What the heck?
I want to see what this is all about. I just want to see what this QT looks like. Okay, PDS Tor.
Oh.
Yeah, PDS Tor.
Uh-oh is right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is contaminated or not, but 68 knots at 6 kilometers.
Look at the photograph.
Yeah, that hodograph, dude. Yeah, that's pretty supportive of it for sure. Definitely indicative of something. And I'm not liking that. Okay, so there's definitely what was the 21Z going for right here? 21Z was not even close. For sure. Yeah, 21Z was not close to this. So the 0Z is definitely uptrended. I want to look at the I want to look at the precip. Oh, that's not what I was wanting. Okay, the wraps. Okay, yeah, the wrap definitely is a bit messy, for sure, with its convection. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, NAM Nest is okay. The 0Z NAM Nest is coming out. That'll be very telling, especially for tonight and for tomorrow. Because once we see more of that come out, that will be very, very telling, for sure. But yeah, that'll give us another idea. But holy crap, all the data is really starting to come in at the right time. And I could not be happier about that. But yeah, okay, so that's coming in. Looks like that's starting to develop. Let's see, the NAM. Okay, the NAM itself is already coming in. Okay, it goes to the morning
That's
of.
nice.
Yeah. So we have multiple models in real time trickling in that we're going to be talking about. So, yeah, this is already off to a great start. At least for the stream tonight. We're off to a great start with this. Let's check here. Okay, we got. Yeah, I'm just checking what's going on now. Looks like there is a new tornado warning for parts. Yeah, let's see. Let me see. Yeah, there's a new tornado warning just encompassing Columbia, but mostly south of Columbia, Missouri. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. It's in this squall over here. Let me switch it up to show. Yeah, we have this that we're paying attention to. That's been issued not too long ago. Keep an eye on it. Seek shelter if you need to, and we'll keep you updated as that happens. So, in the meantime, let's see. Okay, we're at 15 hours out. The wrap's out. The NAM nest. Let's see. 12 hours out. Already starting to see a picture. How does this compare to the her? Okay, the NAM nest is, at least for that rain, it's not as intense, but it's further to the south. So, that's going to be interesting for sure. The question is, how much of that environment is the NAM nest going to tap out? Is that going to absorb as this moves through? So, yeah, well, at this point, it's a little bit of a waiting game, but yeah, the her's all the way out, really supporting technically two lines of supercells here. I'm noticing technically two lines right here. You can make the argument for a mini line in front of this before the cold front driven cells, and then that moves through into the night, becomes more QLCS like, and then it starts to weaken slowly. But actually, NAM nest. What's the NAM nest? No, that's IR satellite. It's infrared. I don't do that. Let's convective. Okay, the NAM. I want to see the NAM's cloud cover if that provides it. Yes, it does. All right. Oh, okay. NAM nest does support less cloud cover in parts of Missouri and Illinois. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it supports generally a little bit less cloud cover in Missouri, a little bit more in Illinois. So that's the latest for right now. I'm curious to see how this pans out, but only time will tell. Let's see. Okay, we are 15 hours out. Let's see what the Cape is looking like. Okay, 15 hours out, mainly staying south of the St. Louis and parts of the in parts of the Ozarks, southern Missouri. What was it at 18Z? Okay, significantly more intense at this current point. Oh, hold up. Looks like the 0Z NAM nest has more widespread.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
We have a tornado in progress.
All right. Where's it at?
It's that tornado warning in Oklahoma, north of Tulsa.
Okay,
west of Barlsville.
All right, we're gonna break that. All right, we're gonna break that here real quickly.
Here, I got a picture.
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna.
I don't know if you could send. I don't know if you could show on stream, but is.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and. Yeah. Did you send it in here? Okay.
Yep. VC chat.
It's a little glitchy, but I can see what I can make of it. Yeah, is this dark? Where's the funnel at in this darkness?
Hold on, let me edit the picture.
Yeah, take a second to do that. Yeah, take your time to do that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there is a couplet on that.
all right. Yeah, it's this the one we were looking at earlier. I want to see what the velocity is on it. Oh, okay, that recycled pretty big. Yep.
Negative 42 over 28.
Yeah. Definitely a broader couplet, but still a little
Oh,
scary nevertheless.
it just got tighter.
Oh,
Negative 48 and 37.
yep, that's more well-rounded.
Yeah, let's see if we have a CC drop on that.
No,
No defined CC drop.
yeah, it looks like looks like it. Yeah,
It's hard. It's really hard for me to kind of trace it out because it's so glitchy
that's fine.
or like so hazy.
That's fine. But yeah, that tornado warning, seek shelter immediately. Gonna want to take that pretty seriously as well. Yeah, once LTW.
Lowest floor of a building, away from windows. If you're in a car, do not take shelter under an overpass. If you need to, pull over and lie in the nearest ditch or pull over to the nearest gas station or facility.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, latest in from the Nam Nest. There is significantly more CAPE across southern Illinois and southern Missouri than the 18Z. So the Nam Nest is, at least in terms of the conditions, uptrending quite a bit. So that's not good either. That's not good. I want to wait for 21Z. I want to wait for that data to come in. Once we hit that. The NAM, okay. What was it at 0? Yeah. Okay, that is absolutely not what I wanted to see. Yeah, it looks like the NAM is it's further to the back. It's further to the west at 21Z than it was at 0Z, so that's also a bad sign. Supercell composite, let's check that. What was it at 18Z? Further to the north, a little bit more intense, but further to the north, more concentrated. This is more widespread. SIGTOR parameter, okay. I know NAM's doing NAM things, but we're looking at over 8 with the SIGTOR parameter.
That's crazy.
My guess for this is because of just how insane the shear is going to be. Like, this is going to be a very strong jet that's going to be coming over a lot of this region tomorrow. So that's absolutely not what we wanted to see, unfortunately. I want to see what it was at 18Z. Yeah, it's significantly more widespread. Maybe not as powerful, but it's significantly more widespread. I want to take a look at the sounding real quickly. Tornado, 8.6 lapse rate. For Southern Illinois, that's pretty extreme. Although, to be fair, this sounding is contaminated. So, that is contaminated. Nam Nest, 18Z. Okay, the 18Z was already going ballistic with certain things. Okay, 21Z. John, we're looking at 3,000 K for St. Louis. Also LTW. Yeah, 3,000 K for St. Louis according to the NAM Nest. What was it at 18Z? Not even close to that. It was. Yeah, it was at 1,900.
Not even close. And that looks uncapped. Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, that part of it, the cap's already eroding with some of this. I want to see what the precip looks like. Yeah, cap's eroded.
Oh, no.
But looks like there is a squall setup, squall to semi-discrete setup to the north of it, while the discrete stuff fires up further to the south. But the NAM Nest is forecasting something later into the evening. That happens.
Yeah, it looks more like a line setup.
Yeah. So that's not fantastic. Let's Look at the super. Okay. Supercell composite.
Oh,
Yeah. What was it at 18Z? Similar. Actually, let me see. Oh, it actually increased in its intensity quite a bit. And it's a lot more widespread. Okay, now we're at 20. We're at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Simulated reflectivity. Okay, yeah, it starts to bow out, and it looks like we could see a somewhat semi-discrete situation out of this. Right
yeah,
here.
QLCS.
Yeah, little QLCS. Maybe separated enough for a semi-discrete setup, but my goodness. My goodness. Yeah.
That's ramped up quite a bit, hasn't it?
Hey, Red Tie, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up? No, I'm just saying that's ramped up quite a bit since yesterday. Jesus.
Yeah. Yesterday it kind of felt like it was taking an off day, and then bam, we're back into this once again.
Yeah, going into Monday, right? I mean,
Yep.
oh my God. Yeah, that's wow. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Looking
Wow.
at this. Oh, it looks like the NAM Nest is forecasting less rain for a lot of east central Missouri, central Illinois, and southern Illinois. That's why the Cape is going as high as it is, and that's why we're seeing the setup we are seeing right here.
Interesting.
Let's check.
That's very interesting indeed.
Yeah. So that's obviously not the greatest. What's the NAM going for with cloud cover? This is yeah, cloud cover here is not fantastic right here. Let's look at the 18Z. Okay, definitely more cloud cover on the NAM, but all right. But yeah, this is quite the thing right here.
Very interesting setup.
Very interesting setup. Yeah, it quickly becomes a squall line. So.
Yep.
Oh wow, Chicago's gonna have a rough time.
Yeah, they're gonna get the northern brunt of this. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun night for a lot of people. I say fun in quotation marks.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
People have to be very, very careful about that.
Tristan saying this
Very,
is not a
very
squall
careful.
line right here. What do you in your opinion Tristan, what do you think? What is it? Mean flow supports supercells within a line. Okay. If that's the case and this line separates a little bit, that's really bad.
Yep.
Yeah, embedded supercells. Yeah, that's scary. That's a scary situation right there.
Very, very scary.
Yeah, because embedded supercells. Oh man, that's just opening its own can of worms right there. Okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't that just create a bunch of rain-wrapped tornadoes?
Most likely, yes.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, Trevor's here. Let's see what I'm gonna see. Hey, Trevor, you're on the air. Oh, he's muted.
He's server muted.
He's serving me. Oh, let me.
Oh.
Oh, Trevor, you're on the air.
Interesting.
Okay. I'm not sure if you're reading your chat, Pat. What Tristan's saying to you.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
We've got something recognized of April 2nd.
Of 2025, yes.
Yep.
It's not. Yeah, that's not a good sign, for sure.
It's not. I mean, it's completely different than it was yesterday. I mean, it's like it's changed completely.
Oh yeah, almost
It's upticked.
definitely.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
uptick-
it's completely like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely a not so good situation that we're talking about right here. So.
Not at all.
Nope.
It's gonna be messy for Illinois if this plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be messy for Missouri and Illinois. More so Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timing.
And looks like Indiana will be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as severe, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. The her also is really showing that as well. Embedded supercells, it seems, at least a semi-discrete mode. So.
Which is even worse.
Yeah.
Because they could just pop off the line and then just go
The
crazy.
triple R is more scary.
Yeah, it is.
Apparently.
Wow.
Wow.
I think I'm showing it on. Oh, I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, you are. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, I am.
You are.
Yeah, that's the H triple R.
Yeah.
All right, so that is quite a bit more for sure for tomorrow, and it looks like, according to a lot of this, I mean, even looking at radar tonight, it looks like, yeah, it looks like the tornado threat's still going on, but it looks like, for sure, if that continues to go the route it's going, it's not going to be good for a lot of people tomorrow, and
100%.
yeah, I would not be surprised if we see a moderate risk out of this, after reanalyzing the 0Z so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say it's guaranteed, but it's
No, it's
definitely
not guaranteed.
it's
Yeah.
likely. It's definitely a bit more likely now. So
Yeah, this
The
is
trough is the trough is moving really fast. 40, I want to say 48 to about 54 knots, I think, is what I'm being told.
That's pretty strong.
yeah,
That's the high risk criteria right there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump the gun and say this is gonna be a high risk or not, because we still have a lot. We still have a lot to go. More information, data to go. But yeah, I can definitely see a moderate. If at 12Z we see another explosion with the models, then I don't know where we go from there. It just depends on the observations tomorrow. Hopefully we can get some
Hey,
weather.
Pat.
Hey, Weather Kingdom, what's up?
Nothing much.
Yeah, welcome back to the stream. Have you been seeing the 0Z models? Every single one of them so far is
No.
uptrended.
No, I have not. I've been really busy.
I understand.
Oh yeah, I really trended Weather Kingdom.
yeah. I mean, from last night to now, it looks completely like way more severe.
HRR looks worse. They're projected semi-discrete to possibly some discrete cells.
I'm gonna see what I can do tomorrow. I'm gonna try. I want to see if I could. I might go live.
Yeah.
Maybe for a good 6 hours or so. I might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna-
I'll be available tomorrow as well. So by like noon
Depends.
my time, of course. So
Yeah.
I could be available after 2:30 my time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For me, I have
Yeah.
work tomorrow, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but
it's gonna be a long day.
it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah, long day in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm willing to put in the work and put the time in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if people get notified, that's the best thing. Right,
Agreed.
so.
Agreed for sure. But yeah, this is not what I wanted to see coming into tonight. And
No, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like.
I mean, I got on and it's just completely different. I was like, oh, holy
Weather
crap.
Kingdom, I'm gonna if you're streaming tomorrow, I'm gonna try showing up on there.
All right.
I'm not gonna be streaming this because how bad this will be.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I can see this going pretty bad. But I need to do my more work into it. I just been really busy today, so
I feel you.
I'm just trying.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
trying to
was busy all
catch up.
week, all last week, so it was hectic. So
I'm just doing something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
no worries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, zero! Wow, ooh, you are right. Zero Z has down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
So
do.
how's tonight's severe weather outbreak? I didn't get too much coverage on
We
it.
have a few
but-
tornado warnings and more severe warnings popping up right now in Missouri, but that's.
Oh my!
Yeah.
The trip. Wow.
We also had a brief double
What?
2 tornadoes at once in
Oh
Oklahoma.
wow.
Yep.
it briefly touched down, then went back up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
not good for wow. The her model.
Yeah. All right.
All
Yeah.
the street
I
super.
mean, you were right about the hail. The hail is pretty severe as well today.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. I was
Yeah.
not expecting this. This has went from 5 to 10 very quick overnight.
Oh yeah.
That's raw. I pray this doesn't happen. This is not a good look. This can
absolutely.
definitely overperform.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I might have to just screw everything and go live tomorrow. Ooh,
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
I was not expecting that of a twist.
Yeah. I was not expecting
What
this.
time will
matchup
you
either.
be going live tomorrow, Weather Kingdom?
I don't know. I have to see how I am tomorrow and everything. I'm busy up to 12 o'clock, so
Yeah, Weather
Okay.
Kingdom. If you want to let me know, I'll probably join if Pat's not going to stream. Just
Mhm.
depends, but just let
I
me
could
know.
join after 2:30.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do. I'm actually gonna go live tonight, probably around 10:30,
No.
and do my own analysis afterwards. All this.
Mm-hmm.
That was my goal. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I just couldn't do it.
Hey Trevor, what are you sending me in DMs?
That is off the SBC.
What's? Yeah. What exactly?
Okay, so that is off the SBC's one of the models off of them.
All
It
right,
is the FRED
All right.
models. They are showing a 45 in the 4 hour for St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 24 hour is showing 15.
Oh geez.
Oh wow.
So
That's
that
pretty
the
big.
first image you're looking at is a 45% tornado risk right there.
Mm-hmm.
The second image is a 45% wind.
Oh.
And then that one right the third image, that's the 24-hour 15% tour risk
Yeah.
at the 12 UCT time actually.
That's not fantastic. Definitely supports a moderate risk for sure.
100%. Especially in the St. Louis area. Yeah.
Oh yeah, St. Louis area, not necessarily, yeah, Springfield, and areas point south too. Like
Yeah.
like a lot of the Mississippi River Valley. Holy hell.
Yeah, that's not good. Not a good
Yeah, that's not.
situation.
Yeah. We're in for a wild ride tomorrow. We are in for
100%.
a wild ride. Let's see.
Hey Pat,
What's
will
up?
you be able to text me if that would work?
Yeah, let me take a quick look once
I
again.
just want to make sure that will work with what I send you earlier.
Mhm.
If you could still do that,
Sure.
I don't know if you'll be able to or whatever.
You still have let me yeah, I'll have
I'm still
if you
same as last.
if you're considering it, I'll definitely set that up for you. For sure. I'll just
Yeah, if you can. I'm just getting set up right now too.
All right.
So how's everyone's night? It's
Good.
been a while.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm chilling. I was a bit busy earlier on just doing some work related things, but now I'm here chilling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're mainly
Been quite busy.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we're mainly talking about this, which was not on the docket going into tonight.
No, no, it was not. But yeah, I've been mainly preparing for a trip that I leave mid this week, so yeah, that's what's made me so busy, but yeah, hopefully I can spend a lot of time on this because I think I've prepared for it pretty much all I needed to do. So
Sure.
All right, making that.
But yeah, this has been an interesting night for those tuning in. We're looking at the 0Z run data that's trickling in for tomorrow while watching the risk for tonight. Looks like it is starting to wind down a little bit in terms of the severe threat. We do have our first flash flood warning with a considerable tag on it. Heavy thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Yeah, they're putting that out as well. So we're gonna be in for a wild ride. For a wild ride tomorrow. Depends on how that setup pans out, but my goodness, things are. But my goodness, yeah. Let's see.
I think that's the best word for that. My goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
It's been. That's for sure.
wow.
Yeah.
How is there going to be a cap tomorrow? Like, I don't think if this is continuing to uptrend, seems like. What's your guys' perspective on this overperforming and underperforming?
For
What
tomorrow.
are you guys, each one individually, opinion on it? Yeah.
For tomorrow, okay. In terms of, are you talking like, do we think it's going to overperform or underperform, or what's the case for or against it?
Yeah, like give your guys' thought on if this could overperform or underperform. What's your thoughts?
All right. My personal opinion is this. Let's. My personal opinion is this. I'm gonna start. It's gonna be a jack. It's gonna be a jack of all trades. It looks like tonight's starting to wind down a little bit. If that keeps happening, and we don't see as much convection, things start dissipating and winding down earlier than expected, this system definitely could overperform. Based on the models we've seen tonight, it looks like that has become an increased possibility. However, if let's say the LLJ continues to kick in and we see more severe weather out of this, we could see the system underperform in parts of the northern risk and continue to hold strong in the southern risk, particularly area St. Louis south. That's so that's something that I'm considering as well. The main thing that I am the main thing I'm watching for right now is how quickly will the Cape recover. And I think the main thing we need to pay attention to is what the 12Z observations are going to be across parts of Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, maybe Indiana, but Iowa, Kentucky, and those areas. Those will give us all the things we need to know right there. And someone's asking in chat, what is my risk in Glen Carbon, Illinois, and what time should I be vigilant? Right now, the risk is enhanced, but I think it's going to go moderate tomorrow. And I personally would say, in terms of time to be vigilant, based on what the models that we are seeing tonight, I would say start being vigilant around 3 p.m. until roughly 8 to 9 p.m. So that 6-hour window is when you should be on the most vigilant. So yeah, just have everything prepared. Go to your safe spot, all of that stuff as well, and have that and be vigilant and be kind of prepared for that between 3 and 9 p.m. based on the latest guidance that we have. So that kind of wraps up my take. Everyone else can go, but I think based on my opinion, there is a case that the system could overperform, and that is a really scary prospect to me. Go ahead for everyone else.
No, I couldn't agree more. There's not much more I need to say on that, but
Sure.
I couldn't agree. Just especially from what I've seen from yesterday, I haven't really seen much from the days before, but from yesterday to today, this definitely has the type to overperform.
Yeah. LTW,
It's
what are your
just ramped
thoughts?
up,
Yep.
incredibly. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. John, you've been kind of quiet for a while. What's your take?
Wow.
I think that's the best way to put it.
That's all I can say is wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We were not expecting this tonight. But holy
Brendan.
smokes. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what the NAM's looking at for our trough. Let's go to 500. Okay, yeah, that jet streak is definitely... Yeah, that's definitely not fun right there. 73 knots, right entrance region, Missouri and Illinois. That's your confluences. That's where your severe weather is going to be. Let's look at 700 as well, up to 60 knots as well. That's at 3 kilometers for your jet. 850. Okay, yeah, the 850 is really cranking up. We're looking at up to 60 knots as well. And that's definitely rotating quite a bit. So we're seeing veering with height with this. Yeah, this is going to be one of those outbreaks that if it performs, it's going to be thanks to the shear for the most thing. Cape's going to be strong, but there's going to be more than enough shear to make up for it. There's going to be more than enough shear and than enough moisture for things to really start to crank up a notch. So,
Okay,
Hey,
Pat.
Pat.
what's up? LTW, go ahead first.
Sorry for interrupting, Weather Kingdom.
Okay.
But you should look at significant tornado parameters on 1ZH they're very worrying for Missouri.
Let me see. Let's look at convective supercell.
At one of them, significant tour I was on.
Yeah, that's for parts of Kansas and Missouri, though. That's late in the night.
Yeah. 13Z is what I'm worried about.
I'm not that far out yet. Is that on, let me see if it's on Pivotal.
I have it on Pivotal.
All right.
It's on Piv.
Okay. Oh, that goes 16 hours out on the HER. Let's crank this. Let's crank this up. And Brendan's back on the stream once again. We're digesting the 0Z data for tomorrow. So
yeah. So if I can, real quick, as you're showing that to the audience, I've had a chance to watch, and I had to back away and take a phone call for a second, but
that's fine.
In my personal opinion, I don't know if we've talked about the SPC yet. I could, at this point, given what we're seeing right now ongoing across Missouri, those lines of showers and thunderstorms, and even back towards where we're seeing those supercells in Oklahoma and Kansas, given what we're seeing now, and then also what we've seen on the models tonight in the latest runs, I think at this point the SPC is going to do one of two things with the tornado threat. Option number one is they're going to shrink the 10% SIG well south of I-74, so south of Peoria and Bloomington Normal, into places like Springfield, Lincoln, down towards Alton and Edwardsville, and then even into St. Louis. Option number two is they keep the 10 SIG, but they still shrink it, but then they put a 15 SIG tor across pretty much the St. Louis metro and along the I-70 and I-64 corridor. To me, from a meteorology perspective, I'm seeing a lot right now that is concerning for specifically St. Louis. So, especially as that line then moves through potentially around 16 to 17 Z, so about early to mid-afternoon, we should get enough clearing, and we have a ton of instability to work with within that vicinity to where we could see potentially our maximized tornado threat. So I just want to get this out there now. There's still quite a bit to nail down here, as this has been a very tricky forecast for a lot of folks, ourselves included. But if you are in the St. Louis area, or you know anybody in St. Louis, anywhere between, we'll say, Springfield, Illinois, down to St. Louis, you need to share this stream. Share this stream with them. Have them watch it. Make them aware of the potential for, we're not just talking tornadoes, but long track and violent, right? This is a very maximized environment. So I wanted to put that out there, Pat, because I know you've probably had the chance to talk about it already. What I'm seeing right now in the models for St. Louis is, for a lack of a better term, pretty disturbing.
Yeah, that's quite something. I am very that this is a very scary setup that we're dealing with, and unfortunately, it's not just one model that's doing this. It's every single one of them in unison. And one, yeah, the one time that I remember the most infamously where things really just escalated in terms of all the zero Z data just exploding in unison the night before was March 31st, 2023. That was the night before the double high risks got issued. Not saying this is going to happen right here, but it's a situation that I am concerned about, mainly for those factors right there. We need to take this very seriously, and it's just overall a situation where, yes, it's a tricky forecast, but we're getting a clearer picture for sure.
Yeah, and also, real quickly, Pat, if I can, there was one question in the chat. I don't know if we got to it yet. It was
Yep.
a gentleman that said, "Hey, Pat, what is my risk in Glen Carbon, Illinois?"
I already
Did you get
talked
to that
about it,
question
yeah.
yet?
But
You
if you
did.
want to give your
Okay,
take,
good.
go for it.
No, I'll just pretty much echo what Pat said. If you did, I think you were shooting for any time between probably 3 to 7 o'clock, or even 4 to 8 o'clock is probably the highest potential risk. That's not to say that Glen Carbon, you guys won't get severe weather in that middle afternoon period, because a lot of these convective allowing models that we're watching are showing a pretty significant line of storms moving through even then. So at the earliest, we would be talking any time between 11 to 1 o'clock. And then, the next chance, which I think will probably be, the highest potential for those significant tornadoes, would be any time between that we'll say 4 to 8 o'clock period. So there's really two frames to look at. But
yes, absolutely. Thank you, Brendan. But holy smokes, things are just.
Yeah.
When you came into, when we looked at this a couple of nights ago, was this was something that in the back of our minds we were thinking, it's a possibility, but I don't think we were expecting all the zero Z data to just explode like this the night before.
Yeah, it has happened with zero Zs before. I think Lava Command can even attest to that. We've talked to him quite a bit. But when we were even tracking this last night, this was a lot more. Well, first of all, the convective allowing models like the HRRR were showing the complex that we're seeing tonight across Missouri maintaining itself and bringing a lot of precipitation into much of Illinois throughout the overnight. That looks to not be the case anymore, as we should get some degree of showers, but not much activity. So that piece of it is critical, because then by this point, our next focus turns to what's happening right now across Oklahoma and Kansas, which we do eventually expect those supercells to grow upscale well into the overnight, into the morning hours of Monday, and eventually become more kind of quasi-linear. And so that's where, when we were talking camo before about Glen Carbon, that's that first round that moves through. But to your point, Pat, what we're seeing right now on the HRRR, I think what is amazing to me is just how quickly the environment recovers on these models.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's amazing to me. I mean, take a look at that frame, right? You have what looks to be a pretty prolific Boeing segment that goes just to the north of St. Louis and some of those far northern suburbs, even out towards Litchfield along I-55, and then even towards Springfield, Lincoln.
Yeah.
And for the environment to then recover that quickly, that is really impressive. And by the way, the reason why we're seeing that is because if you look at those wind vectors, those arrows you're seeing on the screen, you see right by Tulsa, Oklahoma, those southwesterlies kicking up. What that's doing is, again, your storms are riding the jet, but then after they pass through, those southwesterlies are clearing. Think of it like a vent. It is just clearing any sort of cloud cover or stratus or storms that are moving through the area, and it then helps to induce what's called diurnal heating. So by this point in time, probably right around, say, the early to middle of afternoon tomorrow, we should expect in north central Missouri to see some clearing, so mostly sunny skies, and that mixing is going to help to once again reinvigorate showers and thunderstorms, potentially starting out as discrete to semi-discrete supercells. That's where we expect the maximum tornado potential to be. Now, the other thing to watch out for, ladies and gentlemen, is if we were to take the HRRR as gospel, okay, that line moves through. The other thing you have to consider is we know that these Boeing segments, they leave behind what's called outflow boundaries. And these
Yes.
outflow boundaries essentially are gust fronts that move out ahead of those storms, right? Essentially, the storms, for lack of a better term, are crapping out cold air out front. And sometimes those boundaries can linger around a bit. And you could think of them as this localized cold front. And so if you have any one of those boundaries linger around, that could also ignite supercells that we're not even seeing here on the model, because our models don't tend to resolve very small scale processes like outflow boundaries very well. So
Yeah.
there is still that degree of uncertainty, but that is certainly something to watch as well as things unfold tomorrow morning. So
Yep.
I have to ask, just a bit curious.
Mhm.
I do alpha boundaries also kind of help the storm if it hits it in the right way?
Yeah.
what do you elaborate on that?
Yeah. What are you? Yeah.
Um,
Just like, are you referring to like a certain
like
wind direction or a certain angle of approach, pretty much?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I'll take a stab at it. I think Pat can also chime in as
Yeah.
well
Go
and
ahead,
share his
Brendan.
thoughts. It depends, but in the context of this setup, right? If we know that there is a degree of capping involved, which technically there is out ahead of the southwesterly flow, um, that is really, just think of that as another forcing mechanism locally,
Oh yeah.
right? Because our
Mm.
cold front, if it's all the way west towards Kansas and Kansas City, that last line of convection is going to be a byproduct of that cold front, essentially, pushing that southwesterly flow and forcing it east, right? And that's where you're going to get your initiation once the southerly flow interacts with that and runs into it. But in the context of this setup, that could actually help to, within that open warm sector, out ahead of the boundaries, produce localized supercells here. So, um, to
So it's
answer your
gonna
question,
help
in short,
initiation.
yes, and no. Yes, exactly. So in this case, it would. And so, Pat, before you respond,
Mhm.
there's just a couple things I want to get to in chat for
Go
the
for
good
it.
of the group. James Brandon says, that's what I thought. I watched James Spann and Jason Simpson 8-hour live stream. This looks like it just had a massive live after. So what they're
Yeah.
referring to in chat is Lava Command was talking about how a sad irony is that April 27th of 2011, the super outbreak across Dixie Alley, had a similar situation happen where you had an MCS move through earlier on in the event that left behind, outflow boundaries, confluence bands, energy, and that's what helped to invigorate that conveyor belt of supercells. And so they're drawing some parallels to that event, eerily enough. So good conversation happening in chat here. A couple more comments. One from Vintage saying, "Is it going to be bad in Harrisburg, Illinois? We are in a level 3, but everything looked like it is to the north, and about 200 miles from St. Louis." So right now, I mean, general severe weather threat is going to be anywhere between St. Louis up and north towards the Quad Cities. So it's a pretty wide range of about a couple hundred miles. We are currently thinking that the greatest threat for we'll say, significant long track tornadoes looks to be within a corridor between St. Louis and then as far east as, we'll say, Mount Vernon, and as far north as Springfield, Lincoln. So that should
Yeah.
give you a general proxy. But that said, this is an all hazards event. We've been talking quite a bit about tornadoes. That's always a focus that comes to mind for us meteorologists. But we also have some pretty strong winds aloft here. And when you get enough convection and you get storms that tower quite high, that can help to channel some of that wind downward in the form of a downdraft. And once you get along the front, that can produce some pretty strong straight line winds. And we're already seeing that here on this latest HRRR solution. So all hazards to be expected. And in terms of timing, again, middle afternoon for that first round, anytime between 11 to 1 o'clock, 4 to 8 p.m. for that second round. Last comment before we turn over to Pat with his thoughts. James mentioned Robinson here, Illinois, is going to be bad no matter where you are, TBH. And yes, this is going to be a pretty widespread event. And I'll just say, too, there was storm anxiety is going to be high. Okay. I get it. And, Pat, I'm not going to say where he lives, but
Yeah.
he is also in Illinois.
Mhm.
Illinois has really just for scientific reasons we can't explain, has become essentially the new Tornado Alley the last few years.
Yes.
It has become ground zero for some pretty prolific tornadic events. And that's not even talking about the derecho events that's happened, right?
Yep.
That's just talking tornadoes by itself. And we certainly understand that there's a lot of anxiety with that. And it has already been a pretty active start to the season. So, what I will tell you is advice that has been shared throughout the entire community. Don't be scared, be prepared. Have a no weather radio, have a way to take shelter, have a way to receive warnings, right? And also too, we didn't talk about this as much, guys, but have a survival kit, right? So if you have a basement or if you have a place where you can take refuge from these storms, make sure you have a first aid kit. Make sure you have water, those essential supplies that in the event something was to happen, you are prepared. So to help relieve that anxiety, let's just plan on being prepared. Don't be scared, be prepared. But Pat, I'll turn it back to you.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question for to LTW. Absolutely, to kind of add to Brendan's point, yeah, as long as it's before the main cold front, especially in this instance, like outflow could definitely be used as a forcing mechanism. For sure, for new supercells to start firing off. It's happened on numerous occasions, even with regular storms with the outflow producing more storms behind it. Training supercells is definitely something that I'd be concerned about ahead of that cold front, especially with how quickly the environment is forecasted to recover. That's something I am not particularly, enthused about, mainly because I know I'm in the line of fire of this, so yeah.
Yep.
But
hey, I did not expect to interject, but I am going to interject for a second. Can we actually, Pat? Can we go to the radar out in Springfield?
Yeah, I saw.
We do have
I saw
a confirmed
Tristan's.
tornado.
I saw Tristan's chat.
Yeah. Can we take a look at that rotation for the viewers here? Because that looks to be some pretty impressive rotation on radar just to the northwest of Joplin.
Yeah, let's take a quick look. Yeah, that's velocity right here. Okay, that's
Oh yeah.
68 to
That's some
43.
pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. So
Is it confirmed?
It is confirmed.
Oh, it is confirmed.
Okay,
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
confirmed tornado. It is observed. This was confirmed by weather spotters.
Oh, yes, it is.
Damaging tornado, golf ball size hail. This is currently located near Oswego. It's moving east at 25 miles an hour. Downstream of this storm is going to be Columbus, Sherman, Scammon, West Mineral, Faulkner, Stipville, and Crestline. But again, this is moving off towards the east. And these storms can deviate. So we're going to be keeping a pretty close eye on that as we continue tonight's discussion. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Lava Command, good call out there. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll
this is
keep
a very
an eye on
impressive
it.
Thank you,
storm.
Lava Command.
Yep, we'll keep
Thank
an eye
you.
on it. Thanks for the heads up, Tristan. Yeah, all right. So let's see. That's just, yeah, this is just but yeah, pivoting back to tomorrow. The main thing, like, there's three main things that I want to say about tomorrow. Number one, the SPC is, in my opinion, like, they're more likely than not to issue a moderate risk based on what we're seeing with all of this. That's just my take on it. That's number one. Number two, I know we've joked around that this is on April 27th, 15 years later, but it's an eerily similar setup, especially with the MCS coming in early and then ramping up in the afternoon. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's going to be like that, just like that one meme that we played the other night. But it's a very scary situation that we are looking at, mainly because I mentioned this on Friday. There is a very high ceiling with this, and the ceiling just got that much higher based on what we're seeing tonight. No, the last thing I want to point out is that even if this isn't a supercell threat, and if it's a more so of a squall line, you bet your bottom dollar that squall line is going to be very intense because of the amount of wind shear and the amount of forcing that this is going to produce. So
Talk about 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts.
yes.
Yeah.
So even if this doesn't, if this isn't a supercell line, which based on the modeling tonight, I wouldn't doubt that it isn't. If it's a squall line, you're going to get up to 80-mile-an-hour winds, based on the shear, based on the amount of forcing, and based on storm motion. So that's just kind of my fireside chat for right now. I'm going to turn it to the rest of the crew right here, give their thoughts on it as well.
Do you think they could go 60 wind?
Possible. It's very possible. Okay.
Now that I think about it,
I would agree. I'm waiting for them to go SIG.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't even gone 45 SIG yet.
Yeah.
to be
Oh
honest.
yeah, definitely. I'm shocked. I thought they would be doing that.
What's the
I think
one?
it's gonna be a
45.
wind driven.
Oh wait, did they? Or is it 45 SIG now?
No, it's
Is it?
40,
45.
45
regular.
non-sig.
45 regular.
45 regular.
Yeah.
I think they'll
Even
bump
if
that to
it's
a
SIG
60.
1, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, even if it's SIG 1, I think it would still be technically enhanced. Can you fact check that?
Yeah, it's
60 sig. Or are you talking about 45 sig one or 60 sig one?
45 SIG 1.
yes, that's still enhanced.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought.
They could go 45 sig one or even 60%.
Yep.
Am
Yeah,
I
if they
saying
go-
that will happen?
No.
No, but
No.
I mean, it's possible. It's not off the table.
It's not. It all depends how the rest of today plays out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just zooming in real quickly to see what kind of thing we got.
I can see a 15 sig 2 getting issued St. Louis to Springfield.
For tornadoes.
Tornadoes, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they jumped the gun.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think, like I
Hey.
said before, John, I think they cut it off. I think Springfield's the cutoff. If not as far north as Lincoln, but I think Lincoln might be pushing it. So
Yeah.
I just want to mention something. We do
Mhm.
have a rare indicated tornado warning for Lorry City.
Where's that? Is that oh, it's
in
Lowry City. Yep, I see it.
Missouri. Yeah.
Yep, let me switch over.
Just wanted to
We're doing a
mention
lot of
that.
switching back and forth tonight, so
Yeah. I
we
mean
are.
ooh, that's
Well-
actually not a bad rotation.
It isn't, and not to take away LTW from. That's a good call out, by the way. LTW, thank you. But the Joplin storm, or the storm northwest of Joplin, the rotation seems to be velocities are kind of jumping a bit. So continuing to watch that. It's
Uh-oh.
still confirmed.
Hmm?
But yeah, not a good look on that one.
oh okay.
Where's the
Yeah, 74 to 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight.
Oh.
That's a pretty interesting amount of rotation there for sure. Let's see. CC is just it's a mess. It's a little mess right
It's
now.
Pretty messy.
It
Yep.
is a
And
mess.
likely, and what that's telling me is this is probably some pretty heavy precipitation, certainly some hail out of this, and then more than likely than not, this tornado is likely rain wrapped. I mean, let alone it's also night, so it's going to be very difficult now to be able to spot it, unless if you're it's illuminated it somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, CC
Yeah.
certainly doesn't show it because it's definitely, to me, Pat, I'm seeing some scatter spiking a bit.
Yeah.
So that's telling me that it's the radar beam is likely hitting some pretty heavy precipitations or even some hail,
Most likely.
which
yeah.
makes it difficult to spot it on
Yeah.
radar. But hey, thankfully we have storm spotters that continue to confirm this, and the velocity is showing a pretty tight couplet with velocities increasing. So
Yeah.
Can we mention there's a bunch of little showers popping up on the west. I think I should mention that if that's important. Like western Kansas, Oklahoma.
Wait, what are we looking at?
No, I was just pointing out some discrete showers. It could be driving this thing.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm not too concerned about it for now, but we'll definitely watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially a little bit later. But yeah, we can definitely keep an eye on that. But all right, yeah. So basically, quick recap for those joining in. We're watching the tornado warnings in Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, yes, or whatever's left. But we're also looking at the 0Z data, and this is a situation that has escalated. And before, we were looking at a little bit more of a disorganized situation going into today. That's kind of been thrown out of the window tonight. And it's something you're going to need to take super seriously. And it's a bit concerning for sure. Yeah, Peter Moss is in the chat right now. Take a look at HWF FV3. I'm pretty sure that's on Pivotal Weather. We'll definitely do that.
Yep.
Let's see. All right, here we go. We're going to, Midwestern U.S. Let's take a quick look at the precip reflectivity for sure. Let's take a look. Here it is. Okay, that's not quite it, but I'm interested here. Okay. You guys might want to take a look at this.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're looking at isolated supercells starting to form into a line. Oh,
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Oh, there's.
Go, Pat,
looks
go
like
back a couple frames if you could.
Go back to 21Z.
Keep going. Go back to 18.
18Z. It's just this.
Yeah, but if we okay, so this would have been 0Z, right? Go to the first frame. Let's do the initial. No, yeah, the first frame.
Mhm.
Yep. And this would be one. Well,
Okay.
so
yeah.
notice how this isn't even resolving. Yeah.
No.
So we got to be careful with the FV3. It looks like it's having actually a tough handle on what's happening in Missouri right now.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see.
Go a couple more frames actually on this. Let's go to hour 4.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at it.
What does it do with it?
It looks pretty discreet.
Yeah, I'd be careful with the FV3. And by the way, this is an important point that I'll quickly bring up.
Sure.
Is whenever you're checking these models, and Pat and I know this because I know it's one of the things they ingrained to us in meteorology is that it's so easy to look at weather models nowadays. It's very accessible to anybody. But if you really want to know how a model's performing relative to an event you're looking at, check the initial condition. If it was ran at 0Z, meaning it ran just in the last hour or so, then let's see how it's resolving the current storms out in Missouri. If it's not doing a good job at that, then it's going to be making assumptions based on something that's not actually happening.
Yeah.
And that can significantly impact what the model is outputting. And you have to really be careful with that. So as we assess these models, the HRRR tends to have a much better.
Hey, I have to interrupt.
What's up, John?
happening. Yeah, go ahead, please.
We have a PDS.
On that,
We have a PDS.
one by Joplin?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. I was waiting for that.
That ain't good. Let's take a quick. I'm gonna
Thanks
switch
for
over.
telling us.
I'm gonna switch
Hey, look
over.
at this.
Let's see. That's. Oh, PDS observed considerable tag on it. At 9:51 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Columbus, moving east at 20 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard damaging tornado. Radar confirmed. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Take cover now. We have a PDS right now. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the velocity on this. Okay, yeah, that's a very tight couplet already. right here. We're looking at 85 to 61. So, yeah, that's not that's a situation we are going to need to take super seriously, especially as this system in this cell heads towards other parts of Missouri that are more populated, like Joplin, for example. Not throwing any shade to you guys, but you're going to want to take this super seriously.
Yep. And by the way,
Anyone in
I'll just add
Joplin
this.
needs to be watching this closely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't echo that point enough, John. This tornado, I mean, the rotation itself looks to have slightly broadened out a bit, but what's concerning to me is that it's still very strong. And so, anytime you have that broader rotation, but really strong velocities inbound and outbound, that means that even if this tornado was to lift, which it looks like it hasn't, we still likely have a tornado on the ground. This storm is really taking on an environment of its own and can easily produce another tornado. So, to John's point, folks in Joplin, you're not under a tornado warning yet, but you are certainly in the path of this, especially the northern part of downtown Joplin. So, if you know any folks that are there, be sure to share the stream, let them know.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is very, very concerning right now as we're looking at this live.
Yep.
Hey, Pat,
What's
what's that other piece of, is that contamination, the one southeast of Columbus? There's like a bit of a couplet there. Could that be a satellite or?
Yeah, it's a cell. That's a cell. Not 100% sure. Let me take a quick look here. It's starting to
'Cause
fade
it
a
looks
little bit.
like- So it could be a satellite or contam.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a satellite for sure. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to see subrefraction on the Tulsa radar right here, KINX. Starting to see a little bit of that too with the Springfield radar. So that's fantastic. So, yeah, already off to an interesting start. We are also looking at 2-inch hail with this too. So
That's pretty important. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in for quite the ride for right now. But yeah, if you're tuning in this tornado warning in parts of extreme southeastern Kansas, this is for, I believe it is Cherokee County. Take shelter. Earth Central, if you're watching the stream, I think this is close to your neck of the woods. You're going to need to take this very seriously, buddy. Get into shelter. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with, and yeah, definitely a bit of an escalation for tonight. Also a flash flood warning for parts of Cherokee County and Crawford County in Kansas on top of that. But yeah, it looks like other than this cell firing up, the severe threat is starting to taper off a bit in Missouri. So, yep. Okay, cool.
As we continue to monitor this threat, just want to remind the chat, if you have any questions about the event for tomorrow, if you have any questions about what's transpiring now, post those in the chat below. We've already gotten quite a few questions.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
if you need any clarification on timing of storms, feel free to post that in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, Tristan says this is a multi-vortex tornado and rain-wrapped. I'm not sure if we have any eyes on the ground with this. I'm sure there's a couple spotters we could take a look. That could definitely give us an idea of what's going on. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to reflect more on radar. We're starting to get more feedback on it. So, definitely looking like that supercell shape, just a little rain-wrapped right now, especially with that reflectivity. So, we'll see how this goes. We'll tune back into it in a little bit just to check on it if things update. You guys will, I know John and LTW definitely will be on top of this. So, yeah, all right. So that's what we're dealing with for right now. So back to what we're dealing with for tomorrow. Let's see. What's the GEM RDPS doesn't really do anything. Neither does the GDPS. GFS doesn't come out for a little while, unfortunately, and even then, the GFS at this point we can just not use because it's a global.
Throw out the window.
What's up?
Just throw it out the window.
We can. At this point, we can just throw it out the window. But even the basic meteorology right here is definitely supporting a very concerning environment for tomorrow. 1Z, and then 2Z is starting to trickle out. So, oh baby. Okay, 1Z is starting to... Okay, 1Z is ramping up on the Cape, guys. 1Z is ramping up a little bit on the Cape. A little bit further to the west, but we're definitely starting to see some more of a situation. And it pushes further to the north. So...
And guys, we talked about that tonight, right? Where is going to be that area that we see that last round of initiation, that concerning last round between 4 and 8 o'clock? It's going to be right there in north central Missouri. So right where we see that Cape Plume that Pat had called out.
Yep.
That's where I'm going to be paying pretty close attention to when I look at OBS tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be the area of focus once that clears out, and we need to be paying very close attention to that.
It definitely is, and it looks like, according to the 1Z, it looks like supercell composites, it's a little more concentrated, but it's definitely escalated a lot more, for sure.
Yep.
So that's not that. So that's something to keep in mind. SIG-TOR parameter. Oh boy, the thing that's been consistent tonight is maybe the supercell composite isn't the highest, but the SIG-TOR parameter absolutely has been cranking. And the main reason for that, in my opinion, has been just the both speed and directional wind shear that we're dealing with this. So
I would agree, Pat. Yeah, and especially the SIG-TOR parameter. Remember, it takes into account low-level shear, right? There's
Right.
anywhere between the surface to about a kilometer high. That's the critical piece for tornado genesis. So if we have really strong speed and directional shear closer to the surface, SIG-TOR parameter is really going to show that, and it's definitely picking up on it. And Pat, to your point, it's been showing it for the last several runs,
Absolutely.
since probably the last few days.
Absolutely. It's just been, yeah, each run I am seeing from the herd definitely is looking not fantastic. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody in the call right here, and if in chat, if you want to answer this too in your own, go for it. We'll read it out. But if and when do they drop the moderate risk based on what we see tonight?
You lagged out of it. I
Maybe-
couldn't hear the rest of the
All right.
he said,
If and when do they
what-
drop the moderate risk, the SPC?
Yeah.
If and when?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to think about that. Hold on.
All right, take your time.
To me, and then I think LTW, I'd be curious your thoughts too. I will say that I think they're going to follow what they did on March 31st of 2023. They will not pull a moderate, or they will not categorical upgrade, I should say, until they see morning obs.
All right.
I don't even think we get a
agree.
moderate tonight. My prediction is they're going to wait to see what the obs are, and then depending on how everything shapes out, they're going to go ahead and pull the trigger.
Okay. LTW, go for it.
Yeah, I agree. I think exactly what he said is true. It just takes that one single, initiation to help it. And when they see that it's going to be explosive in the next couple of hours, then they're maybe going to upgrade it.
All right.
Yeah, from what I see, I do believe that is probably the outcome. So I would have to agree. And that's what the most of the chat is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have to agree. That's just from looking at it. That's what I would say.
All right.
I agree.
All right, John, what's your thoughts?
I have to go with everyone else.
All right.
I think they're gonna wait.
All right.
See, we're all not original tonight, I guess.
I mean,
It's all right.
I mean,
they could pull it at 6Z
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
based on
Yeah. All right. A timeout. We got a PDS tornado warning that's expanded into Missouri, including Joplin. So, yeah, I'm pivoting over there. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, John, but we got a new tornado warning. I'm gonna read this out real quickly. 10:01 p.m. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado is located near Columbus, moving east at 40 miles per hour. This is a PDS. Take cover now. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. Okay, this is confirmed by weather spotters. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely to complete the destruction, and complete destruction is possible. So that is not fantastic.
Not at all.
Absolutely not. This includes Interstate 44 between mile markers 4 and 18. Okay, yeah, that's right here.
Is there any weather spotters near that area that we can probably pull up? If somebody can look
I am
or any camps?
looking at the moment. Yeah, we got a couple of Missouri dot cameras.
I'm gonna reach out to
Man,
Earth
I'm
Central,
looking
see
at-
if he's doing okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
All right.
I'm looking
Yeah, check on Earth.
off stream here, and I'm not Missouri dot. They're not really capturing anything, and it makes sense because this thing has got to be just rain wrapped to all hell. So if they
Yeah.
are seeing a tornado, whoever's on it, they're likely it's being illuminated. There is a ton of lightning on this thing, so it's likely getting illuminated from the lightning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we certainly believe, I mean, based on the radar and the velocities here, we still have very tight rotation. The one thing, if we can, I want to ask the group here. It looks to me that there is a bit of an outflow surge on the RFD. That RFD is really pushing east, and it looks to me at the moment that that could mean some degree of occlusion. Haven't seen it yet, but Pat, I'll go to you. Are you seeing something like that right now? Is
this?
that?
Are you looking on radar or velocity?
I'm just looking on reflectivity.
Okay. Reflectivity.
You can take a look at that, and we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it definitely has started to surge a bit further for sure. I'm noticing that as well, taking a close eye on it. Maybe a little bit of occlusion. It's too early to determine. I want to wait for the next scan to see how that pans out. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a surge for sure. That definitely noteworthy.
Yep. So
Keep an eye on
with that, we will. But either way, that look, city of Joplin is going to be right in the path of not only just this tornado, but the rear flank downdraft, which can bring some pretty intense winds. So not a good situation, especially for, it looks to be just probably on the north side, maybe even close to downtown Joplin. Again, please be sure to share this stream, or hell, if anything, just get in contact with those folks. If you know anybody in Joplin, we personally know somebody from this server who's from this area, so we are actively off stream trying to
reach out to him,
connect with him, and our thoughts are with him and his family as well. So I know there's been a couple of questions in the chat. We're going to go ahead and pause those questions. I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah.
We have a pretty serious situation unfolding for the city of Joplin, and we'll continue to track that here.
Yep, we will continue.
Pat, were you able to contact him?
I reached out to him. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. I know he's online on his mobile device, though. So hopefully he's doing okay.
Yeah, we'll keep him monitored on that. Just make sure he's all right.
Yeah, if Earth Central joins the call and he has a crazy experience, that would be hilarious. But at the same time, he needs to take shelter, and he needs to keep himself safe.
I feel like the better word for that is interesting.
Yeah, I shouldn't be laughing at this, but yeah,
I'm sure he'll have a DoorDash story to tell for sure.
Okay, yeah.
It's like that one scene in Family Guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We shouldn't. Yeah. I shouldn't. Be
we shouldn't joke about that. Yeah.
We shouldn't be joking about this. But that's
anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's stay on topic.
Yeah. Let's look at velocity real quickly. The radar is definitely starting to kind of turn against us, for sure. But yeah.
So hard to tell where the couplet is.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because this big line of purple right here. Yeah, Mike.
Are you on the
Springfield
radar?
Yep, we're starting to sub-refract.
Which one are you looking at? Are you looking at the Springfield?
Springfield. Yeah, I'm gonna try KIN. X real quickly. It's subrefracting, but let's
Okay.
see if we can pull it up. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow.
Weather Kingdoms.
One thing that I've noticed is convection is really starting to ramp up on the backside, even in west central Missouri.
Yeah. MCS is starting
So
to potentially develop.
this is kind of what we saw in models earlier this evening. That
Mhm.
convection really starting to form on the backside of this initial severe
This
weather
records
threat, I should
conversations
say.
better than taking notes ever could.
Oh, hold up. Sorry, that's me. That's that one's me. Okay, yeah. There we go. Just checking to. Yep. All right. Perfect. I was just checking something on my end.
sorry.
All right, we're good. So,
As
yeah,
you're doing that, I'm actively trying to find some cameras for you on Missouri Dot.
yeah. If you,
I'll get
yeah,
back to you.
Modot, if
I'll
you
post some
could.
chat.
I mean, yeah, it
Yep.
wouldn't be too big of a deal if we got that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and flip my stream over for the chat. Not for the chat, but the call. We're gonna go to radar scope. I know it's not the best quality right here, guys, but I'm sure you can understand that this is what we got here.
I think that's the least of our concerns at the moment.
Yeah, this is the least of our
Yeah.
concerns.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, it's subrefracting, but we can get something out of this. Yeah, subrefraction is when the beam when the beam kind of dips away from the radar. So, yeah.
It does kind of look like this storm is trying to become outflow dominant
Okay.
a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, Tristan
Yeah.
just sent me an image. I'm sending this to live no mic, and I'm also sending this to the chat
Okay.
in the
Oh
live
my
stream page.
god.
Is that
Holy crap.
is that
Oh,
yeah, is that confirmed? Let's open it up. Is that confirmed? It looks like it might be. But yeah,
that
that's
looks
I mean,
look good.
That is a very if
That's
that's
a
if that's
so
confirmed,
good.
that's
if that's the
very
tornado,
dangerous.
that's a problem.
Do we have a source on that?
Yeah, we need a source, Tristan, on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, max velocity stream.
At least
Okay,
in terms of
max velocity.
location and timing.
So this is confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, this is the image that I'm showing on stream. Yeah, this
Yep.
is.
Hey, Pat, I got a camera for you. I posted it here in chat. This is
Okay.
going to be the. I'll actually screenshot which one in particular. It's going to be this one.
Okay.
You can go ahead and pull that up on stream. You're going to be good.
We'll be okay. Okay. Yeah,
But
we'll
a
be.
lot of lightning with this thing. This is that camera
This
is
is
going to be on the east side of Joplin.
east side of Joplin.
It's
Okay.
the best one I can get. Yeah, east side of Joplin.
All right. So
Okay,
this is
great.
which cam is it? I'm just double checking real quickly before it's Missouri 66 and
49. Yep.
here it is. All right. Yeah. Welcome to the selection page. Is there a way to do this is there a way to live this or
Yeah, if you
what the heck? Okay, never mind. This is
click on it, play,
select
and then you
camera.
can full screen it.
I don't
And then you can
I don't see. Is there a live cam on this?
there is.
Okay, it says select camera.
Yeah, you should.
Then it just says select date.
Oh, no. Here. Oh, did I give you the wrong one? Shoot, hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
technical difficulties, guys.
Please stand by.
No, I didn't. No, it's
Oh, I'm
click on
able
that
to.
link, Pat.
What's up?
I'm able to just click on that link and then redo it. It's just that, I guess.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay,
Ton of
that's
lightning with this thing.
select camera. Okay, it gives me the same thing. Select date.
isn't are you
Oh,
not
which
able
one?
to just click on it as a video? Should just be a video.
Where the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm lost here. Oh, this is purchasing the freaking camera footage. What the heck?
No. We should be able to. Does somebody else? We can. The other person that has it, I don't know if it's John or who was it?
Yeah.
It was me.
Ty? It was okay. We can chat on the side here, but yeah, if you're able to, somebody else able to get it? Because I was able to get in. I didn't have to buy anything.
Yeah, I'm able to.
All right,
Okay.
Earth Central's is fine. He's doing okay. He's literally debating. He's literally debating on being like F the law and chase. Anyways, I'm like, stay in. I would stay inside.
Oh, this
It's
is pretty
night.
dangerous. This is.
It's 10 o'clock at night. It's not a good idea.
Not
The area of rotation
Oh,
right now is approaching Joplin Regional Airport on
What's going
north
on?
side of
Um,
downtown Joplin.
What's going on, TW?
he just I see on Max Velocity's stream, he just had a pretty good image of the tornado.
Oh yeah.
So it's still on the
far.
ground.
It's a stovepipe.
That ain't good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, if that's on Max Velocity stream, then it's pretty much a kind of a done deal at this point.
He
Yeah.
said it
I'm waiting
was
for
gone.
New scan. Looks like this
but
will head towards Webb City and Carterville, where it could turn southeast and go towards downtown Joplin. So anyone in Joplin needs to be taking shelter right now, away from windows on the lowest floor of a sturdy building.
Absolutely.
Yep. New tornado watch in Northwest Arkansas and Northeast Oklahoma. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
This is definitely not great.
Oh man, this is just. This is the event of the night right here. Seek shelter immediately if you're in this tornado warning right here, especially if you're in Joplin. Where's the velocity at? I'm taking a quick look at that. Yeah, that couplet is definitely not great in its placement in relation to that.
Nope.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get the better velocity on this. Okay, despite the freaking thing here.
Yeah, the range folding's kind of
okay,
messing it up a little
73
bit.
to 67. Okay, it's a little broader, but those are power numbers right there. That's power that this has.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a power hitter right here. So
Yeah, there's a lot of lightning on this on the cameras right now.
Mhm.
Like there is quite a bit.
yeah, hopefully Earth Central's doing fine. If he wants to hop on the stream, he can, but yeah. For sure, but anyway, that's my thing for right now. Holy heck. I did not expect to see this tonight. I don't think anyone did.
Especially Joplin, no.
Of all places.
Not on my bingo
Of
card.
all places, it was not.
No.
No. But is this true? I don't think it's true or not. No, it's not. Okay.
Again, if you are just joining the live stream, we are currently tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado entering the city of Joplin any moment at this point. If it's not already hitting the north side, looks like they're getting some pretty strong winds on the northwest side of Joplin. And the main area of rotation looks to be back on the northwest side of that cell.
Yeah.
It looks to be eventually heading towards what would be the north side of Joplin. Pending any sort of deviation, it looks to be north side of Joplin in the path of this.
But yeah, that is not.
Whoa. Okay.
What's up? What's up, John?
Is that it's not an anticyclonic circulation trying to form, is it?
Where at?
West side of downtown Joplin near Galena.
Okay,
I was kind of seeing that too, Pat. I
Oh
want a
yeah,
second
I
opinion.
see it. Oh,
Are you seeing
Oh,
that too? Yeah. Okay.
that is quite fascinating for sure. Anticyclonic. Those those tend to be those tend to be around powerful tornadoes as well. Those are interesting for sure. But yeah, 70 to 12. Yeah, it's definitely there. Definitely there for sure. Correlation coefficient is trash right now.
That might be contaminated. I'd give it one more scan, but that could be possible anticyclonic circulation.
Yeah, that's not ideal at all. For sure.
Yeah, that actually does. New scan just came in. Yeah, that might be something.
hey.
Oh boy. But yeah, there is a PDS tornado warning right now, so be sure to seek shelter immediately. Once again, oh, there's another tornado warning. It's overlap, but it looks like that's going to get probably expired. But yeah, PDS tornado warning for areas around Joplin. Take shelter. There's a large and extremely dangerous tornado moving east at 40 miles per hour. So,
Hey, Pat.
yep.
I sent a screen. I sent something in VC chat.
Let me
I
see.
think you may want to look at. That could be the tornado.
Okay.
Oh,
could you send me the link to that?
Oh, wow.
That camera right here? Could you send me the link to that camera right here?
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, that's a problem for sure. I'm gonna show this on stream real quickly, but
very, very strong.
yeah,
Jesus. Okay.
I
that
got
might
from
be our
Can
tornado.
Drive.
Oh wow, it is. That
And
is. That is.
They just downgraded it to radar indicated. Which
Huh?
I don't know why they did that.
It's clearly there.
Let me
Do
see.
you want me to label what
Oh yeah, I see it.
site I got?
Mhm.
That's not
Or-
radar indicate. It's literally we can all see it. What are they doing?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me check.
Are they
Let me
okay?
cross check this real quickly.
Are they okay?
Oh yeah, that's still on the. That's
Well,
Is it-
time? What's the timestamp on that?
That's
um.
this is the oh no, this is the one. This is 12:16. This is the tornado. This is the tornado warning behind it. Okay, never
Okay.
mind. Oh, yep, it
There's
got
two
downgraded.
radar.
It got downgraded. To a
It did.
yep, it did.
That's
Which
good,
makes
at
zero
least.
sense.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
makes
sure.
zero
Hold
sense
on,
though.
let me see this. Is this
Oh, yeah, that
behind
doesn't
or is
make
this?
sense.
That could
No,
potentially
they
just be
also
the wall
downgraded the
cloud
one
right
in
there.
front. They also downgraded this one.
Hey, Pat,
Yeah, what's up?
check DMs.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Behind
yeah,
the scenes
I
stuff.
see. Yeah, I see it. Not probably given the situation we have right now. Probably not. Not yet. I want to make sure we got this.
Okay.
I mean,
that's fine.
if this is just off completely, like, but it's clearly there. We can see it on
Yeah,
the
there's a wall
camera.
cloud for
so.
sure. I'm not sure if it's down the ground though. But
Oh man, the camera is just lagging a lot. From what I could see, I can't tell if it's the glare, but I could still see it down.
Because if that's unless they're saying something that we haven't, I would still just be cautious in that point.
yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I would still be cautious. Obviously, still have a tornado warning, and you have 2-inch hail as well.
Yeah. Don't forget about the hail.
Yeah, 2-inch hail. Okay, there's also another.
That's the north side of Joplin right now.
Yep.
That the biggest hail's falling right now.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
It's gonna move east towards Carthage here in the next little bit. So
Okay.
if you're in Carthage, you need to be keeping a close eye on this.
Yeah.
I think they should still want to observe, not PDS, but just observed.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, we have a destructive warning for Lebanon and Missouri.
What?
Oh, baseball-sized hail.
Yeah.
Severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, it's been canceled. The
It's
severe
been
thunderstorm
canceled?
warning has been. Oh, never mind. It's been canceled for Dallas County. It remains in effect for Laclede County. This is a destructive storm, baseball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts by trained weather spotters. Yeah, they're getting in this core right here.
That's moving over I-44 in Lebanon right now.
Yep.
So if you're traveling in that area,
there was a new
you might
mesoscale
want to
discussion
pull
that just
over.
dropped.
Don't.
There was,
do
new
not
mesoscale.
shelter under an overpass.
Yep.
New mesoscale discussion.
All right, I'm taking a quick
New meso. Yeah.
Let's see, MD. Let's see, which one is it? This is for. Oh, it's. I don't see it just yet. Is this for? Is this for Texas?
It just popped up on mine. No, this is for southern Missouri.
Okay, it's not popped up on my computer screen just yet. If you want to send the link over to it, I'll take a look at it.
It's on my phone. Right now, I'm currently putting my phone, so
that's okay. You're good.
It's on the radar Omega, so.
Yeah, that hail core is over all of Lebanon.
Yeah. Okay.
They're getting pelted. Yeah, definitely if you're in that area, do not travel. Pull over at a nearest gas station until the storm passes, because this is producing some pretty significant hail right now.
Yeah, your windshields are probably going to get hit badly by this.
And even rooftops as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty much been the escalation for tonight. Tornado warning remains in effect for the area around Joplin. We have a destructive severe tag on a severe thunderstorm warning for Lebanon and Missouri. We talked about the day 2 risk, the risk for tomorrow. I just saw the mesoscale discussion. It's been highlighted here. Hopefully I can get text for it. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I definitely have seen that. So, but yeah, Red Tide saw that. So thanks for the heads up.
No worries.
We have covered a little bit of everything tonight.
We legit have.
Yeah. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's been a crazy night tonight for sure. All right. So, by and large, we got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings left. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let Mr. Packer in on the call real quickly. I want to hear what he'd like to say real quickly before we start to wrap things up. So, yeah, if he'd like to come on, he can. If not, then that's all right too.
So that tornado, that Joplin tornado,
yeah, what's up?
Does to be definitively on the ground there is, I mean, it isn't 100%. I'm not 100%. It looks pretty obvious that there's a tornado on the ground.
That one right there is
Joplin, near Joplin.
Yeah, and Packer, it looks like the rotation itself is pretty much broadened out.
Yeah.
As it's become more, again, it became a little bit more outflow dominant. But that being said, the rotation is still there, and it is in an environment that this thing could still re-tighten up again and drop another one. So I think it was a good call by the SPC to produce a mesoscale discussion on this because downstream, I mean, this storm could definitely re-intensify. It's in a great environment to do so.
Exactly where this camera is.
I low-key actually added
144.
Ryan Hall y'all to that camera.
Nice. I hear his stream in your background right there.
Oh crap!
It's
Let me
okay. Don't
turn
worry
him
about it.
down.
Don't worry about
You
it.
are totally fine.
It's all right.
You're fine, man. We like Ryan Hall. He's pretty good.
Our philosophy is the more people it gets out to, the better. We are
Yep.
certainly not
Hey,
opposed.
Pat,
Go ahead.
sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, LTW.
Over up in Garden City, Missouri, I'm seeing a DBZ of around like 70 to 76. Very high DBZ.
Oh, I see it.
If that is actually the tornado, it's kind of like a quasi cone wedge. It's kind of like really close.
Yeah,
in between.
we saw that earlier.
Yeah.
The big giant wedge tornado. So if that helps, hopefully that helps. That was Lebanon. Yeah, that was Lebanon.
Let me. Oh, here we go.
Right now, there is still a tornado warning with the Joplin.
Let me look
But
at.
anyway, yeah, I'm seeing.
Yeah, that
too.
is producing some large hail. Actually, there is a
both sides,
CC spike on that,
Yep, go
or
off both
CC
sides.
drop.
By the way,
That's hail.
We got a pretty intense. Speaking of hail, by the way, we got a pretty intense hail core down here south of Kansas City. Look at this thing getting ready to go.
Dude, bro, Ryan Hall's literally talking about the same stuff we are.
Really strong swing.
Bro, I talked about it first. I pointed
Dude,
out
we got
first.
there first, Ryan. We got there first, Ryan Hall.
I think Ryan's listening to you.
Yeah, Pat's. Yeah, hey Ryan, this is Pat's Path Breaker. Could you send me some of your viewers to my channel and shout me out, please?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Pat, I swear.
I'm sorry.
But if you could, if you don't mind just turning down the stream just a little bit, just so I feel like I have the video playing in the background. So Appleton, if you don't mind just turning it down just a little bit. It's totally fine if it's in the background, but just so I can hear myself talk.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you're good though. So, but going back to that storm in Garden City, that's a great call out by everybody here. That is in the Kansas City suburbs, right? As we mentioned, and you know, we talk a lot about tornadoes and the destruction it can do, but let me tell you something. Somebody that works in the insurance industry, the other big cost event, that one of the highest drivers of cost and loss is hail. So seeing that over the suburbs of Kansas City, you know, well, I should say the outer suburbs of Kansas City, that's a lot of people, quite a few people getting impacted, and certainly will be interesting to see as that storm tracks to the east what type of damage we're looking at. But usually with hail, it's to roofs and to cars, and when you got a lot of people and you got a lot of hail, that tends to add up.
By the way, if anyone lives in Blairstown, I think that's how you pronounce it, Blairstown, you should be prepared because it's headed directly for you.
Yeah.
It's headed east northeast towards Blairstown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Oh, got. Yeah, it looks like we only have a couple tornado warnings now. We have a severe thunderstorm warnings still. Yeah, it looks like it's just been a relatively calm night tonight. Otherwise, other than the few things we've seen. How will that pan for tomorrow? We don't know. But I think based on the 0Z data, it's quite the escalation. And
especially from yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. 2Z is out. I want to see what the her is going for with this, because
you're gonna want to take a look at that, Pat.
Yikes. Let's see.
What happened?
The 2Z. Okay. Every single one of these models has from the 0Z to the 1Z to the 2Z have escalated tonight.
Oh man. now it could be.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we could have the mod earlier than expected. We could make like a little mesoscale discussion and then release the mod.
Yeah.
What I'm even thinking, LTW, is, and John and I were talking about this earlier. What happens with the wind threat? To me, I think this is
Ooh.
actually confirming that I bet you the SBC bumps it to a 60 sig. You have very strong winds aloft. That continues to be the case across a lot of the convective allowing models. I'm looking here at even going back to just the 0Z NAM, showing about 80 knots of southwesterly flow. And then if you go at the upper levels, really the upper level jet, on the nose of about 101 knots. So
But
that screams a pretty, and that's just the second round. That's not even that. Well, I should say the first round. The second round is going to be its own threat altogether. But that, as it crosses, if we do see that crossing through, just north of St. Louis,
Yeah.
I mean, we could be looking
Yeah.
at a pretty prolific wind producer to
Well,
get things
what's
kicked off in the afternoon.
interesting is how they're doing a 10 sig too. Do you think they could increase, like expand?
We if you're talking about the tornado threat, from our discussion earlier, I still see the 15 sig tour being between Springfield and St. Louis if they were to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
I
they're going
gotta
to take
say
the
this
10
right
sig
here.
tour.
I'm checking this on stream. 2Z Her
Yeah.
has the morning convection gone by 7 to 8 a.m. in St. Louis, and not much happening until the main event starts. So
That's
Oh
not
no.
good.
that's
That's not.
no.
And,
problem.
and by the
That's
way,
not good.
Pat, it seems like from just the last few runs, that scenario has actually been uptrending from run to run.
Yeah, that is a problem. That is a big
The
problem.
I'd say the longer, I'd say the faster the storms die early in the morning from the morning convection, the more intense these later afternoon storms will be because of the daytime heating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and thunderstorms, baseball-sized hail, and even quite a few strong tornadoes.
I do have a baseball
Has
bat.
the dew point? What's the dew point?
Why do we start?
I think dew points are low to mid 70s, maybe.
Let's take a quick look. I'm gonna share this real quickly for you.
Yeah.
Let's go to dew points. Yeah, they crack 70.
Wow.
They crack 70. Pretty
Oh.
widespread.
This is a brief 71.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's been escalating. That's been escalating.
That's not good.
Nope.
Wow.
That is absolutely not fantastic.
This is probably the
That's
highest dews I've seen yet. Highest surface dews I've seen thus far on any of the cams.
Yeah.
Up to this point.
Yep.
I think before we were seeing low to mid 60s, and that was the scenario where we just get washed out the entire morning. But that's not happening anymore. Looks like, and especially with what I'm seeing right now on radar, we may get some showers this morning. But as you see towards central Illinois, just on the Mississippi here, with some of that stratus precipitation or stratiform, mostly light showers. So not the training thunderstorms that were initially showing earlier this morning on a lot of these models. So very concerning that I'm seeing right now in observations.
How's Kate? With the
Let's look. Yeah. We're
pretty
looking at
similar.
Yeah, we're looking at a more widespread 4,000 area. Let's compare that to.
Looks like 45.
Yeah.
is the
4,500. Peaks around 40, almost 4,800 in near Hannibal.
Wow.
With no cap.
Yeah, that's uncapped.
Broken at that point.
That's untapped.
Yeah.
It's uncapped and it's untapped. That is going to cause issues.
Good.
SIG-TOR parameter. Hello, SIG-TOR parameter. Oh boy, It's the thickening.
Can we just? Why is there blue?
Sigtorf 10 or more.
Well, it's maxed out. Yeah.
13?
Maxed out.
Oh my.
LTW. That wasn't concerning at all. Oh, there we go. He's back. Uh-oh. What's mod chat doing?
What just happened?
What did you do?
I didn't. I swear I didn't do anything. It just kicked me out for some reason. But anyway, let's not be focused on that. Damn, 13. That's very unsettling.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that talk about a quickly escalating environment.
Yeah.
High risk? No.
No.
Yeah, probably not right now.
Unless something crazy happens tomorrow morning, then probably not.
All right. Okay, well. All right, for sure. All right, so. All right, so let's go ahead and. Let's go ahead and let's see. Is there anything else we want to go ahead and talk about tonight?
We just make like a brief pivot to tropical weather because a couple hours ago I got a notification from Zoom Earth about NI1W being designated.
It won't hurt. Let's see.
Very close to the equator.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
It's 2 degrees north of the equator.
Say goodbye to the Coriolis for that. Yeah. There's not much going on. What's the infrared looking like? Yeah, it's
South of Micronesia.
I see a mid-level circulation right here, but right now there's not too much going on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing
So
else
it's
right
good
now. It's
to
quiet
watch.
over there. All right.
It's always good to watch.
Yeah. All right. So is there anything else we want to talk about real quickly? Or are we good?
No, I think we pretty much covered it tonight.
Yeah.
A
little bit of everything.
Tomorrow morning is going to be something to wake up to. It's
Yep.
going to be a pretty interesting day.
Yeah.
So
If I see no storms at 10 o'clock, it's game on.
Yeah.
It's game on.
All right.
Well,
Then
10 o'clock my time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, then. If that's the case, then we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the stream tonight. We really appreciate it. We covered just the severe weather tonight. We covered the severe weather for tomorrow, concerning uptrend with that as well. We'll have to see how things pan out. I will not be streaming tomorrow because I'm going to be doing my own thing and also bracing for this potentially big severe weather situation that we're dealing with. So I'm going to close this out by saying be prepared. It's going to be a wild ride tomorrow, and I'll continue to keep you updated as best as I can here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. But with that being said, we're closing it out tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather, and it always helps to contribute any way you can. And thank you very much for that. It's Evan, by the way. Shout out Evan in the chat real quick.
Shout out.
Yeah. But thank you for
Thank you.
tuning in. I hope once again you liked it, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Have a wonderful evening, guys.